Hey guys, it's Brittany and welcome back to Britmas. So let's get into this video, shall we? Now, I will be honest, I did film a totally different version of this video and I didn't like it at all, so I'm doing this version instead. So imagine you see children, maybe it's your daughter, maybe it's your son, maybe it's your niece, your nephew, whatever, maybe it's a kid you babysit, like whoever, and you hear them whispering amongst each other about this ghost demon. I mean, we don't even know what the hell this thing is, but he goes by the name of Hisaruki. This spirit is only seen by children. I mean, it's super common, right? You always hear about kids having the craziest paranormal experiences. They're more open to it. They're more aware. It is so common for children to see things that we do not see. And then as you get older, it goes away. Sometimes it stays, it really depends. Hisaruki is a Japanese urban legend. People often hear kids whispering about Hisaruki, but nobody seems to know who or what it is. Hisaruki is something only children experience, but not even children fully understand what Hisaruki is. Okay, so there is this whole story that I narrated about Hisaruki, but to be honest, I don't even understand the story. Basically, there's a teacher at a school and he comes to school and there's all these animals that keep getting impaled on this fence. And it just gets worse and worse. And then the students start talking about Hisaruki. They're looking up at the sky and they're like jabbing their eyes. And it's just, it didn't make sense to me, and I was narrating it and I didn't like it. Like, I'm just being honest. That was what the original video was gonna be, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't even like this, and I just didn't even want to post it. But it inspired me because it's not just Hisaruki that children claim to see. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make it kind of more of a generalized video with other spirits that children see that we don't. And I think that's what makes it so creepy, is if you're in a room with a child, your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your kid you're babysitting, like whatever, and they start talking about something or they see something and you know that they're not lying and you know that it's not imaginary, like an imaginary friend, and they are having a conversation or whatever, I don't know, they know the name or they know about like a little girl that died in the building you're in or the home you're in, and you had no idea, or you knew about it, but of course the kid has no idea about it and they're going on about the history and everything. Those moments are so creepy. I've never really experienced that. Now, I have mentioned, this is kind of, I don't know, we're kind of getting into like a personal story as well, so I don't know what I'm naming this video. I have mentioned before on my channel that I do have a cousin. When she is 10 years younger than me. When she was little, she could see ghosts, like all the time. As she's gotten older, she hasn't really experienced that. There's been certain times, I was actually talking to her mother, so my aunt, about a year ago, she DM'd me, maybe it was less than a year ago, she was DMing me about something that was happening involving my cousin, and my cousin saw a shadow or something. So it's like, she still has it, but not the way that she had it when she was a kid, which is common. Sometimes you completely lose it and you don't really see anything anymore as you become an adult, and it's just so active when you're a kid, and that was her case. She doesn't remember it though, which is really funny, but she knows that there's so many stories because my aunt was always freaked out about all these spirits that she would see. And my aunt lived in a haunted house when my cousin was little, and they moved out because it was like so freaking haunted. They moved across the street actually. It's this whole thing. I've mentioned this story probably on my channel, but like years and years ago. And also my cousin has been in a couple of my videos from like years and years ago. We did the spirit box session with our grandparents, so she was a part of that. So definitely check it out if you haven't seen that one yet. But I remember the only time that I've really witnessed her, seeing spirits was at my Nana's funeral. I was 14 when my Nana passed away, and my cousin, she's 10 years younger than me, so she was a little girl. And she like wandered off, well, not wandered off, but it was in the cemetery, and she was so drawn to this one grave and it was the grave of a little girl, and she was talking to her and having like a conversation. So I mean, I just got chills thinking about it and talking about it. So let's get into some other stories, true stories involving children that see a spirit or a demon that you can't see. My 4-year-old would tell me about a little girl who wanted to play with her. She apparently wanted to play all hours of the day and night. When I was finally able to sort out what was up with my daughter, in the middle of the night, I left this little ghost some toys in an upstairs closet so she could play by herself. She had a stuffed lamb and a stuffed duck, and I used to find them moved most mornings. My 4-year-old shared a room with her sibling, so I know it wasn't her moving the toys. When it comes to spirits that want to play with you all hours of the day, that freaks me out because I automatically think of horror movies. My 4-year-old will tell us stories about the little girl who shuts doors and turns off the lights. He can't tell us what she looks like or where she goes. I don't talk about ghosts or anything that would give him this idea. The last time the little girl was here, I heard the door slam. I ran in and asked him if he had closed it. He told me, no, the little girl did because she didn't want to play. Why am I getting so creeped out? But I'm living at the same time. Like, I don't make sense. I feel like I can never really express my true feelings because nobody would understand. And hearing a door slam shut when you know it's not your child, you know there's nobody around doing it, you know it's not the wind, that is so creepy, but I'm living at the same time. I guess I'm gonna end it at that because I feel like I just keep blabbing on and on. I cut so much out of my videos, by the way. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you rock my world, and the song lyrics Michael Jackson. Hashtag team Birdie44, hashtag book friends, hey. And I will see you guys in my next video.